Yeah, I actually initially wanted to study abroad in New Zealand because I'm a film major, and obviously the Lord of the Rings film connection was a big motivator. Um, yeah, and I think also because realistically, like financially speaking, it's actually very reasonable to set cost-wise looking at New Zealand versus Northwestern for the time period. So I think obviously the landscape, the allure of that is a small country, so you get to meet a lot of people. It's very intimate. The city of Wellington itself is only about 400,000 people, so it feels very small. It feels like you're just in Evanston, just with an amazing landscape. You know, mountains in the background, all these sloping hills and green spaces to look at. It's really beautiful. I think, especially when we get sucked into the northwestern social bubbles, that whole thing, it gets very repetitive. You hear the same people saying the same things, and I think it's important studying abroad. You just hear completely different topics being. It's not even different perspective. It's different topics being discussed. Obviously, you get new cuisines. It's very kind of European Asian fusion. Different scenery. You know, northwestern is very flat. New Zealand is very hilly and mountainous. So it's very freeing in that regard, I guess. Yeah, there's certainly difficult things about studying abroad. I think especially if it's your first time out of the country for a long period of time. For me, it was not necessarily sick for home, but the feeling associated with home, with friends that I missed, and feeling like you're missing out on a lot. I think my favorite memory was we had a semester break for 2 weeks in between courses, and we went on about a 10-day bus tour of the South Island of New Zealand, kind of traveling, staying in hostels, meeting people, really just roughing it. You know, we knew we weren't adults, and we were trying to figure out what that meant. And I think that was kind of one of those liberating experiences that people talk about, but you're like, oh, I'm actually living it right now.